I would love to be a North Korean spy. Could you imagine being a North Korean spy and infiltrating South Korea? And then you're just like looking and taking in all the sights and the sounds and the food and the culture and the people and the freedom. And then you go back to North Korea and you report on what you saw and what you experienced. Could you imagine that feeling? Well, that is the feeling that I have when I started my adventure into the Cardano ecosystem. I just felt like this. I was like, oh my goodness, this is, look at over here. Look at these NFTs. Look at over here. Look what they're building. And I come back to you, and likelihood is that you and me are playing on either Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. This is just we've dabbled our toes. If you've been with me on this journey to our next Bitcoin, we've dabbled our toes in Avalanche and in Phantom, but I am fully like immersed in the Cardano ecosystem, and I'm just gonna, in this video, state the case of why I think you and I should venture into this place, even more so together. Like set down our roots in Cardano, because it is the South Korea of the crypto world. South Korea is amazing. Okay, so I hope that message is being related to you. Okay, I'm gonna go over why I'm pretty bullish on Cardano right now, and what are the plays that I'm making on Cardano, and what are very cheap, inexpensive plays for you on Cardano. And so if we look at Cardano, it's 62 cents right now, and I don't know what you think about this price, but for the longest time Cardano was made fun of for being a stable coin, sitting at $1. It was big, like it's not doing anything, not doing much. But recently I saw this this interview by Yahoo Finance on their channel, and you could watch the whole video. You could just go to Charles Hoskinson. He started Cardano. He's the founder or whatever, lead developer, and he basically said this. He said, look, in a bull market, it's very frustrating because no one wants to cooperate with you. Everyone's busy, like just trying to get that money grab. He said during the bull market, Cardano was just building and building and building, and they were trying to cooperate with other people, and they didn't want to cooperate. Now in a bear market, everyone wants to cooperate. Everyone's built. This is build mode, and Cardano has been building and now is making a lot more moves. So to me, Cardano is like that little worker ant, just always storing away, always building away, always stacking away, till one day we're gonna need Cardano, and that's just how I see it right now. And so it really, he puts like infrastructure first. He's a very smart guy, and he's got a whole team around him, very decentralized, very secure, very fast, very cheap. All of the ingredients that like really allures me into this ecosystem. More importantly, the people. Okay, when I started getting to Cardano, I got into some NFTs, CNFTs, what they call it, and so I started networking with all these people, and they were all focused in on NFTs, and I was wondering, like, how big is the NFT market in Cardano? Like in Ethereum, a lot of it's DeFi, also a lot of it's NFTs, maybe some gaming and stuff like that. In Binance Smart Chain, it's just wild over there. Like they got all kinds of meme coins probably. But in Cardano, I want you to listen to this clip right here from him.
A surprising area of growth on Cardano is in the NFT space. About 40% of all the applications that are being deployed are NFT related. Number three, about $270 billion a month in NFT volume. So over $3 billion a year, and there's a ton of incredible work in the metaverse space, like Cornucopia and others, and it's really impressive to see how fast it's grown in just the last year.
That was really interesting because he's talking about how 40% of the total volume that's being done on Cardano, 40% is from NFTs. And so I'm like, okay, NFTs are the play on Cardano. Now, if you're like me, I like to dip my toe in the water, or if I don't dip my toe and I just ape in, I want to ape in on someone else's word that I trust. And so for the rest of this video, I'm going to give you two plays there are two projects, NFTs, to buy in under 100 ADA, and then one project that is minting today. If you're watching this video, it's minting today. I'm making this video at 1 a.m. on a Thursday night. on Eastern Standard Time. So these things can change easily, especially the floor price on these things, and especially the mint. So a lot of people are questioning this mint. We'll see what happens, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But these are two projects that are under 100 ADA that is very cheap at 60 cents an ADA right now. It's extremely cheap and affordable to get in on. But if you're going to play on the Cardano ecosystem, NFTs are the place to play. And believe me, these communities are crazy. They love this stuff. I see these guys on Twitter Spaces, and like it doesn't matter what time of day I turn that thing on, they are always on talking about Cardano. And I asked them, how do you talk for so long? They said there's always something new developing. And so I love people who have passion for something and like expertise and mastery over it. And so I really trust these names. They don't ever give financial advice, and that's actually the name of their group, Not Financial Advice. And I'll put the links down in the description down below and who you could follow. And we go over this kind of stuff on, usually every Tuesday on CNFT Tuesdays, where I dedicate a whole live stream towards that. Anyway, here's the first project, and it was hands down, it was like, this is the #1 project to get under 100 ADA. Now, before I actually get there, they also said that under 100 ADA is very cheap. So you don't get really genuine projects other than this one. But you probably want a price of about 350 ADA to get started. And then, so like that's probably like the next jump up level. So like $100 or $200, but about 350 ADA is right there. And I'll give you a play over there. But for right now, under 100 ADA, it is this project called ADA Knots. The floor currently sits at 99 Cardano, or sorry, ADA. And it's these little clay guys, okay? And so this was really interesting. Something that I learned about the community is that I would go to the website and says, they had this big reveal, they had a mint, they had a big reveal and all that stuff. I minted myself. I minted 3. I wish I'd minted more. But this is what was interesting. There are no roadmaps in space. So there is no plan to have an official roadmap. Roadmaps put teams in boxes and tend to be littered with intangible expectations. We ultimately want people to buy ADA Knots NFTs without any expectations for future benefits. So I thought that was very interesting. People, like that community, there's a community that loves ADA Knots and believes in it, and they keep saying that it's a long-term, they're here to stay. They know the people, they know the devs. Even the art is very unique, like this claymation art. Like the devs are doxed, and the devs. I've still got that BSC scan or BSC in me, and they've got these future releases with these antidotes that change your ADA knot differently. So that was really interesting. But the artwork, this is like one of the actual projects for me, right? Like I can't just. I have reservations. Everyone who I've connected with in CNFT space knows my reservations. It's like I'm looking at some JPEG, some pixelated picture of some crap. Like I don't understand what I'm buying here. What am I doing? But when I look at like a video like this, and I see that literal hands put time and energy into making every single one of these pieces, that to me is artwork. Like look at this thing. Like it kind of weird, kind of ugly, but that actually looks good for clay. So this is actual clay artist making things, taking a picture and putting on and minting it. And so I thought it was very unique, at least. And so there's a couple things that I like. I like that the community likes this thing. They're so sold out on it. I like that it's at a cheap price point. I like that it's a unique style of art. And I like that they've got like this weird gamification about it with these antidotes, and they're going to change it. And there's only 300 of them. I thought that was very clever, very unique. And so this is one of those plays where, hey, if you buy in with 100 ADA right now, who knows where this could be in a month. And so maybe we could revisit this in a month. Again, I'm learning along with you, but so far as I could tell, that the community loves it. The second project that is a project to mint under 100 ADA is this one, debag MFRs. Okay, so this is one of those things where I'm like, what am I really buying? Like, I just told you, I just told you, right? I like the artwork of that, but this one's interesting. Just hear me out here, okay? This looks like a loony, like just freaking, there's a pizza. I mean, I don't know. Look at this. This is a little tongue right here. Like, I don't know sometimes what I'm doing, right? Just full degen cowboy, Aaron, and it just in here. Oh, here's a cowboy hat. Look at that guy. But seriously, I was on Spaces. I saw someone with one of these things. I was like, what is this? And I clicked it, and there was one with a cowboy hat. I bought the cowboy hat. I might still buy this one. Why? Because he's got a cowboy hat. I don't know. Look, I'm going to make some D-bag MFers angry with this statement, but I don't care. This is just how I feel. I think this is ugly. I think this is so ugly it's comical, and that's why I'm buying it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good art. It's just so ugly and funny. Let me show you my wallet. This is my wallet. It's literally, this is my like wallet, my Nami wallet here, and you can see some of the projects I'm in. And here's, I own two. I own one that's a hoodie, and it got me into some special club. Okay, so there's like a special club for people who own a hoodie D-bag MFer, which I love being part of special clubs. I like being invited to things. And this is the first one I bought. And I honestly, I like the fire eyes. I like the little, I thought that was a cigar. It's a tongue sticking out. I like the watch. I like the cowboy hat. Look, it got me, okay? Artwork, this spoke to me. I've never had a piece of art speak to me before, but I feel connected to this piece of art. So I know what I did, okay? I know what I'm shilling you, as it were. I don't care. I like I like it. What do you want from me? And so this one is extremely cheap at 18 ADA, which is 60 cents right now. So you do the math here. This is another one of those things where like they don't have a roadmap. It is what it is. Little bit about a history, and you could read the history and learn about these projects better than I know about these projects. But a little bit about the history is that this started as a Creative Commons license on Ethereum, meaning that people can take the artwork and do whatever they want with it. And so someone named Cardoshi took those images and brought it to Cardano, and now here's what we got. We got these things. And so, you could just go ahead and, you find their stuff on all the links are down there in the description down below. Anyway, so those are the two plays under 100 ADA is ADA knots and D-bag MFers. Now, like I said, granted, I asked a lot of people and they said, look, under 100 ADA, it's very difficult. All right, these projects are here to stay for a long time, but it's very difficult to get into really good, solid projects with real returns, probably at around the 350 ADA level. So I've got a special project that I want to talk to you about at the end of the video, but for right now, this next project is going to be a mint. Okay, it's going to happen Friday, June 10th. It might have already happened or is currently happening now. So check the links down below. Check the Twitter. Make sure you don't get scammed. But it's something called Eden 7. Okay. Now Eden 7 looks looks weird and crazy. Okay, and it looks honestly like a copycat. And this is just my personal opinion. I feel free to I'm not shilling. No one is paying me to talk about these things. I'm merely talking about it because I found Cardano interesting. And the most interesting thing about this thing is that it's minting for about 50 ADA, or exactly 50 ADA, and they are creating like Chrono Trigger's Final Fantasy Secret of Mana style game, as you could see here. Let me just bring this up, and this is like in-game footage where you've got your little guy and he's walking around and stuff like that. I'm not too sure if I like all this like retro style gaming, but maybe some people do. With the gaming stuff, I'm kind of hesitant on it. I'm very cautious when I get into gaming and metaverses, because it has to garner the user base in order for it to really take off. And so I'm a little hesitant on it, and I think some people were hesitant on it. But here's the thing: if you can mint this, if you get a mint at 50 ADA, and they mint out, okay, if they don't mint out, then that's a bad sign. That means that when you bought it when you mint it for 50 ADA, the floor could drop down. But if it mints out, if it sells all of its mints, I think it's at 7777. I think that's how many the total supply. Then we stand a good chance to make some money. So if you're in it like I'm in to make some money. We have to look and see how it's doing, how well it's doing, how well people are buying, how big is the community that they built out, and see if we could sell to that community. That's the option. You buy on the mint because that's the cheapest price. Then if it mints out, that means there's a demand, and then we sell at a higher price for a profit. I'd be happy with a 50% gain on this one. So if I mint at 50 ADA and I sell at 75 ADA, I'm happy about that. No one's crying to me about that. And hopefully you meant something good, maybe some kind of rare or something like that. Okay, so those are the three plays, right? Adonauts under 100, debag MFRs under 100, and there's more to these projects, right? Debag MFRs have some kind of like key with a Lambo and stuff like that. And Eden, this is a risky play, but it's a mint, so it's just one of those things. It's under 100, and it's the first time that it's out on the market. Last but not least, I do want to introduce you to a project called Yummy. I've mentioned this multiple times. People have mentioned this multiple times on the channel before. And this is one of those like the strongest plays. People are calling each other Yummy Maxis. They really love this this team, this project, this business. It's here to stay. And I think for me, the number one reoccurring trait that I've heard people, or really two traits that I've heard from people that in the Cardano NFT community, CNFT community, is this: if you're looking for projects, you're gonna want one, they're here to stay, longevity. Okay, they want just, you know that they're not going anywhere, the longevity. And two, you want to know the creators, you want to know the teams behind it, how competent are they, how efficient are they, how professional are they, all that kind of stuff. The other things kind of feed into that, like talking in the spaces, hanging out with the community, building community, all that kind of stuff. But it really kind of, to me, I could distill it to those two things. They're here to stay, and it's a good team behind it, and those kind of feed off of each other. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you're buying into Cardano, CNFTs, if it's something like a playground where you want to venture into with me. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.